Cousin Benny coming to you on the evening of Wednesday, the 2nd of January, with my first video of the new year. Been out of town, but I have done some trading. Had some swing longs in IBM, EOG, GS, LNG, half a position in the Spider January 140 calls, and a couple of other smaller positions. With respect to the S&P, we can note that the relative strength is climbing. We had two really huge days where the bulls took control, and volume has exceeded selling on the buy side. And we have cruised above the 1432 level, point and figure level, and now we have the 1476 level to deal with, as well as the highs at 1474 that we put in September when the Fed talked about QE3 and the monthly buying program of mortgage-backed securities. Also note that we bounced right around the 1404 level, which was coincident with a confluence area of the Kumo and the 1404. We had quite a few nice things going on there. The fact that we only went down to 382 is saying that this pullback was weaker than previous pullbacks like we saw here in October. So we felt that we would see a bounce, and in fact we did get that on the 31st when President Obama and Mr. Boehner worked out their deal. We had a holiday, and then today, Wednesday, we had a huge move higher. Moving over to a free stock charts chart of the same S&P 500, we can look at the fibs here and determine that we had this pullback. We can look at this pullback to the 50% level off of these highs, these two pivots, off of these two pivots, and the Kumo. We can also look at this low to this high that we put in, and we can look at the 127 extension, which is right up there at the 1476 level, which is the point and figure level that we have a target of. Now that we're above, we have Chico here above Kumo, and we have Tenkan and Kijun both turning higher, as one would expect, being bulls are in control the past 2 days. We have a crossover on the stochastics at the 52 level, and we have room to the upside. Looking at volume, we have increasing volume over the past 6 trading days. We saw 6 trading days ago we had lower volume, and now we're starting to see higher volume buying. And with stochastics moving higher, we also have MACD with a crossover. So everything looks good on the S&P. Spiders look pretty much the same. And a nice gap up on the spiders, and we're above the highs that we put in on the 19th. And we have this huge gap we have to deal with in the near future. Close this gap, we see volume at price. We are above this level here. Some trades that we're in, IBM. I'm still long on this one. We look good here. We're above this Kirby level here, and we have this area up in here to deal with. We have a gap at the 203.41. We're above all of our EMAs, so that's good. We have the short-term 10 period turning up. We have the 50 period turning as well. The red line is the 200 period, and of course the 100 period is right here at the white. Squeeze here, we could see a move higher. Let's take a look at our daily MACD histogram. Give us an idea where we might be headed. You can see that we have this little blip down on the daily, and we're starting to move above the zero line again, as one would expect. On the daily Ichimoku, I would watch this span be up here at 198.38 for a possible rejection area, where we put in a high here previously, this pivot. EOG, we have a crossover coming on the stochastics. We have this nice hangman candle. We have Chiku above price, and we have the bulls taking control here. We're above our EMAs. The 10 period here, we came down and tested, and we moved higher. MACD's crossing. Now we got a crossover on stochastics. We're above this Kirby level, and we have a Kirby level up here to deal with. Zoom out a bit. You can see that we have something of a ascending triangle here. Okay, if I remember correctly, the short interest wasn't that great. It was like 1.5%. But I'd expect this to break higher. And looking at fib targets, we can see 127 extensions up here at 129. And if you take half of the depth of the ascending triangle and extend that, that would probably reach up to the 1618 extension up here. Okay, so if we take this and we move this to the breakout area, we could see that our target of 1618 wouldn't be too far off in the future. Stochastics is turning here. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but that's what we need to keep an eye on for that type of action with the move in the markets. That's EOG. GS, I pointed out that we had a nice flag at the highs. Note that we're overbought. MACD is turning upward. It's getting a little risky up here. We're very close to the upper Bollinger Band. Remember, upper and lower Bollinger Bands as a trade when you have a flat 200 EMA. If we get up to this level and break above the Bollinger Bands, I would look for a move back to the lower Bollinger Bands, which are starting to turn up, okay, indicating that we could have a slow grind. This one's turning up higher, so trend's not over yet. LNG, this is a trade that we took last week. Very strong trend here as the 10 period is really cruising higher above the Kirby. All of our EMAs are turning up. Overbought with MACD tipping higher. And Tenkan-Sen is really cruising higher, as well as Chiku. Okay, we can see that we had a twist here, and the Kumo is headed higher as well. Nice momentum. Let's look at the 4 hour. We had a little bit of a move outside of the Keltner channel today and on Monday. Momentum looks like it could continue on the 4 hour. LNG. Okay, we may take some profits tomorrow. I also still have some Noble Corp. Pretty good on the hourly. Daily, we're inside the Kumo. Stochastic did turn. So we could see some resistance here and a possible rejection at the 3690 level. Let's look at regular chart. Flat 200 period EMA, upper and lower Bollinger Band. However, we are squeezed here, so with stochastics turning higher, we could see these open up. Watch for these to open up on the daily. Keep an eye on your momentum on the daily as well. Starting to peak here. And keep an eye on the 4 hour as well as your hourly. Watch for some resistance here. US Steel, I did exit half when I was in the airport, 1 o'clock. I believe I got out on this candle here when we were at the airport. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it was if I checked Twitter. So we had a nice trade there. I took half of those off. I noted that Kirby was up at 27, not 26 like I originally thought. This level right here that Kaneko had mentioned to me brought up a tweet that I had previously sent out. I was going by memory. I thought it was 26, but we are approaching those areas. Stochastic did turn up. MACD looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the momentum. Momentum is pretty strong, and we finished on the highs, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this move higher tomorrow. We traded this on a ascending triangle breakout. It was also on a point and figure buy signal. It was 1, 2, 3 quadruple top breakout. If you check your point and figure. US Steel continues to look good. RSI is cruising higher, and we can see that Kirby, of course. The momentum is definitely to the upside, and we had some nice volume over the last couple of weeks on this ascending triangle breakout. If we look at the point and figure, we can see very clearly that breakout level here. And we have some resistance up here at 26, 27. That's why, I'm pretty sure that's why I picked up on the 26 level for the Kirby. But we do see this 27 level right here under this August low. And we came down and we bounced. Okay? LNG, the breakout, the double spread double top that we broke out of. January is 1. Okay, so we had a buy signal there, still looking good. IBM, we can see we're stuck right under this lower, this downtrend line. We get up to 198, this could get very interesting very quickly, and then we have resistance up here at 204. GS, we saw this before Christmas, that we had the spread triple top that we were dealing with, and we broke above that finally. So now we're closing at 131.66 off of that flag. And finally EOG, I'm looking for a 3-box reversal. If we hit the 124 level, we could see that tomorrow. Now we'd have to spread triple top to deal with. We are in this nice uptrend. Okay? Alright, so I hope that helps. Take care.